Central High School's graduating class of 2014. If our audience would please rise as Ashley Herring, Student Council President, leads us in an invocation, and please remain standing while our Central High School Junior ROTC post our nation's colors. The CHS senior choir members will then sing the national anthem. Brian Bass, our senior class co-president, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Andronell McKinney, senior class co-president, will lead us in the pledge to the Texas flag.
Let us bow our heads and pray. Lord, thank you for bringing us together as we celebrate this very special day, our high school graduation. I thank you for the family, friends, teachers, and classmates that have helped us along our high school journey. As for my classmates and me, I pray that we may have the courage to boldly embark on the next chapter of our lives while always cherishing our memories and friendships formed at Central High School. Remind us of our countless blessings that have brought us to this very day and will continue to bring us through the days to come. Encourage us to actively pursue our goals while never forgetting our true purpose in life. Please be with us as we confidently go in the direction of our dreams, and may we forever enjoy our journey along life's highway. In your name I pray, amen.
Now, if everybody would remain risen for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. You may take a seat now.
And now I'd like to introduce Madeline Brown, our valedictorian, the class of 2014, for the valedictory address.
This is the day we've all been waiting for. I know what you're thinking. That's the best you could come up with? Well, yes, but I have a point. In our world today, we live looking forward to the next big thing or event to come. We are already looking forward to the iPhone 6 as we are buying the brand new champagne iPhone 5S. Our Pinterest boards are filled with future wedding ideas or dream houses. Many of us have had countdowns on our phones for today's date, and we've waited for the 0 days until graduation. We entered the freshman campus already looking ahead to Central High School. After the first day of our senior year, we were already looking forward to homecoming. After homecoming, we wanted Thanksgiving break. After Thanksgiving break, how many days until Christmas break? And then all we cared about was spring break, prom, senior events, and it all led up to today, the day we've all been waiting for. And while thinking about the future is exciting, it's difficult to not get caught up and forget about the present and the past. We forget about the iPhone 3 that didn't even have a front camera. We forget how far we have come. Class of 2014, we have come a long way. We have had so many experiences, good, bad, ugly, and everything in between, in our 3 years at Central High School. While all of us are looking forward to what is to come, we cannot forget to look back and remember all of the memories and lessons learned. I know I have learned quite a bit in my time as a high school student, and not all of it came with a grade attached. My sophomore year, I was walking back from lunch under the bridge by McDonald's. There was this nail in the ground that I didn't notice until my foot caught it and I was falling forward. I face planted in the dirt and ripped my favorite jeans in the process. On 1,007 days until graduation, also known as the first and last day I ever walked to McDonald's for lunch, I learned that I should make some older friends who could drive me to lunch. Making connections is important. During my junior year, I went to a speech and debate tournament unprepared. I skipped learning all of my lines for an acting piece because I figured I could get by without it, and sleep was more important. Yeah, that's about how it went. My humorous interpretation turned out to be quite horrifying. On 609 days until graduation, I learned that I couldn't expect to succeed without putting the necessary work in. Finally, senior year arrived, and I would have rather skipped school than come to class on any given day. Senioritis is real. Then in September, I got sick, and I had to miss about a month and a half of school. The first week of homebound was a dream come true. Sleeping in, school for 5 hours a week, and I didn't even have the difficult task of finding the perfect Nike shorts and t-shirt combination for the day. Pajamas worked just fine. But then this weird thing happened. I started missing Central High School. I began to think that I'd rather be writing an FRQ than watching Netflix. And if you've ever written an FRQ for Miss Minzemeyer, you know how crazy that sounds. I miss my friends, my teachers, school events, and make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. At around 238 days until graduation, I learned to value my time at Central High School, no matter how many hard classes I had or how much work it entailed. Not all of our experiences are lessons to be learned, though. In the words of Mr. Brewer, who practically begged me for a shout out in this speech, we have good times. Class of 2014, we have had some pretty great times. We have had district and state championships, national qualifiers, academic success, and outstanding talent all around. We have cheered on our sports teams together, dodged construction, missed the STAR test by that much, danced with the drumline, had teachers who believed in us, walked, or rather ran, through some torrential downpour, and made memories with our friends. The future is exciting. Whether it's college, the military, a job, or the next great adventure, who wouldn't look forward to a new chapter in life? And although many of you are probably just looking forward to the end of this speech so you can get your diploma and take pictures for Instagram with your friends, I hope you...
Madeline, speaking of Instagram, why don't we take a shot right now?
Okay. Wait, I didn't get everyone.
Perfect.
Wherever you choose to go from here, don't forget to appreciate the present and remember all that you've learned and the experiences you've had at Central High School. I will leave you with this quote by Henry David Thoreau. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunity and look toward another land. There is no other land. There is no other life but this. On this 0 days until graduation, the countdown is over and the future begins. Make the most of it.
That's a hard act to follow. I had met him years ago, probably over 20. I was a teacher at Glenn, and he was a science teacher at CHS and the science supervisor for the district. I don't know how we first met. I don't remember being introduced, but he was the legend, and I, according to him, was the up-and-coming star. I taught math, and although he didn't supervise my class, he stopped by to see me almost every time he came to see his science teachers. I would stop everything, go to the door to hear his amazing voice and his positive words of praise. He'd smile that great grandpa smile, and it was a good day. When I first became a principal, I didn't see him that much, but when I did, it was just like one of those classroom visits, always positive. I loved running into him somewhere. He always knew what to say, and if I happened to make him laugh, it was simply the best. When I came to Central High School as principal, I was honestly thrilled that the master was still teaching, but a bit worried. He had seen many come before me, and some with very tough shoes to fill. I was worried that I would not live up to his expectations I wouldn't live up to his expectations he had for whoever sat in the seat as principal at Central High School. But shortly after a few changes and decisions I made and a few issues that had to be addressed, he shared with me 2 wonderful words of wisdom. He said, "Bill Waters, I want to know that I've been teaching longer than you've been alive." And it was true. I was 41, and he had taught for 42 years at that time. What an incredible career, and he was still great as ever. And then following that, he told me this. He said, "Thank you for tolerating us, encouraging us, and being a cheerleader for us. You have been the refreshing change that Central really needed." That day, I knew I was on my way. I had received a blessing from the Master, and I would always, always try to be that person. Robert Price, my friend, my colleague, and a legend, passed away right as the school year was about to start. It was at his funeral that I knew I would be writing my speech for this year's graduation for him to you. I will be using a message to you that is blended from the words of Robert Price and me. You see, when he retired, he wrote me a letter. He called it the final farewell. In this letter, he gave me incredible advice, wisdom, and praise. Using this letter, I have fused some of his exact words that he wrote to me, pulled a section from a letter Robert shared with all of his students at the end of every single year, and added my own words and wrote all of you a letter. I hope you value this letter even a tenth as much as I value the one Robert Price wrote for me. So I call my letter to you, "You are ready to sail." Dear graduates, I'm honored to stand before you tonight knowing your greatest adventures are ahead. It's been a fun time, and you only added to the joy I have for what I do. Your years at CHS, I hope, have been one of the great joys of your life up till now. But today can be filled with sadness, because this means that this is my last address to you, the class of 2014. I remember 3 short years ago when you came to Central with your newfound excitement, walking the hallowed halls and sacred grounds of CHS. Such an incredible mystique and history that is inherently part of our magical place. A great history that each of you now are forever etched in. Mr. Price shared with his students every year the following, and I echo his words to you. He said, "I love the symbolism of each of you being a great sailing ship with its sails and masts ready at anchor in a safe harbor, and that harbor is Central High School." Ah, but sitting safely in a harbor is not what ships are for, and someday, today perhaps, it's time for you to sail away. You'll be gone but not forgotten, and my hopes, prayers, and dreams for you go along for the ride. Hopefully inside of you burns a passion for life and knowledge, and I hope you keep the lessons learned here at CHS in your hearts and minds forever. You must not be afraid to go far and do great things, for it is your destiny and obligation to the world. Fill your ship with knowledge and make your parents and loved ones proud of you, because you are their contribution to eternity. Proudly and always use them as your anchor. Never forget what you learned at Central High, and use all you learned here as your rudder. Use your dreams as a compass to guide you. Use your many talents and gifts as the mast to fasten your sails. And use your abilities and ambitions as the wind to fill those sails. As you, at long last, gleefully sail away towards your rendezvous with destiny. You may never know how you continually amazed and amused me with your wide-eyed innocence and the exuberance of your youth, your vitality and energy, and your many, many, many extraordinary talents. I'm but a simple man with simple dreams, and you have taught me as much as I have taught you. Best of all, you let me see and touch the future and share a small part of your large dreams. I want you to go far in pursuit of your goals. You're the only one who can make them come true. I hope I have made you believe your future will become a fantastic adventure in learning. And it has been a fantastic adventure in learning. All the happy times when you laughed with each other, but especially how strong we are when we lean on each other and show that we care for each other. What a solid group of graduates I have in front of me. I hope our greatest accomplishment as a school for each of you is that you leave here believing that you can solve the problems others have created in the world. Perhaps your greatest future success will be to end cyberbullying. Truly show love to one another, always be honest, fair, and kind to each other, and actually live by the golden rule. Start today and take every opportunity to tell someone dear to you how much they really mean to you, because you truly do not know when you will never see them again. Those who we lost this year, like Robert Price, taught us the hard fact that life does end. So don't delay. Make every moment and every loved one in your life aware that they are important and precious. Together you share a past rich in memories, and I hope you're blessed with a future that will be challenging, thrilling, adventurous, and fun. I hope your future is an even more wondrous and magical place where all your hopes and dreams really do come true. Be warned, though, with any life, there will be sadness and loss, times when life throws massive waves that crash over you. Moments like this will test your will, but you'll find that there is always a rainbow after the storm that lets you know there's always hope. As a fellow traveler in this adventure we call life, I am exceedingly proud of your growth and who each of you are becoming. I admire your many talents and appreciate your uniqueness. I believe because of you that the future is in good hands. Always remember where you came from, keep your eyes on where you're going, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses every once in a while. My advice for you for living a full life can be expressed by the following quote: choose to be someone with vision and guts that can make a connection to others' lives and cares about making them believe and wants to inspire others. Then you'll be able to face things that come your way and achieve things you can't even imagine yet. So when you go today, remember to enjoy that place out there beyond this safe harbor. As Dr. Seuss said, you cannot imagine what a grand adventure awaits you. You're off to great places. You're off and away. And in closing, always dare to dream and believe that somehow, somewhere, and someday, you really will make a difference in this world. Always your favorite principal, Mr. Waters. And now will our graduates please rise and remain standing. Dr. Bonds, Ms. Mizell Flint, the San Angelo Independent School District Board of Trustees, CHS faculty, families, and friends, I present to you, meeting the required credits in the state of Texas to graduate and walk our stage, the Central High School graduating class of 2014.
Good morning, class of 2014. It is a huge honor to be speaking to you today. As exciting as graduations always are for the members of the school board, I'm especially excited to be speaking to you today as my daughter Megan Mizell is in this class of graduates. As my kids have grown up in San Angelo, I've gotten to know many of you and your families through scouts, sports, school events, and other activities in the community. It has been a blessing to watch you all grow up and thrilling to see all the directions you've taken in your lives so far. As I tried thinking of words of wisdom that I wanted to share with you all today, the three words that kept coming to mind were, keep it short. And I promised to do that. So instead of just 3 words, I have 2 words of advice that I'd like to give you all. Be involved. As you graduate today, all of you will take different paths. Some will go to college, others will join the military, some will start immediately working. Whatever you do, don't just do that. Remember how teachers tried to get you to do all those extracurricular activities in school to add to your high school experience? Getting involved in your community, house of worship, or doing extra activities with coworkers are kind of like the extracurricular activities of life. Just like those activities enrich your high school career, being involved will enrich your life. You will meet new people, have new experiences, and create opportunities you might not otherwise have if you just go to work and hang out with the same friends you've always had. Be involved, and use those experiences to add to your success and the success of your class. So years from now, when San Angelo talks about the awesome class of 2014, they will not only think about the great things you did in high school, they will know all the amazing things that your class has done to improve your community, your country, and the world around you. So, on behalf of SAISD and the Board of Education, I certify that these graduates have all completed the credits deemed necessary by the State of Education and are now candidates for graduation. Congratulations.
Graduates, you can sit down. This is always fun. Now the first row, please rise. And we're off.
Elijah Ray Adame. Aaron Joseph Aguilar. Vanessa Aguilar. Ashley Aileen Aguilera. Royce Alexander Albert. John Richard Alcala. Ann Moore Alexander. Darian Soraya Allen. Jordan Deanne Allen. Megan Elizabeth Algier. Caroline Elizabeth Allison. Maria Isabel Alvarez. Ruben Art Emilio Jr. Joshua Andrade. Sarah Bell Aragon. Jonas Francisco Araiza. Sergio Roberto Armendariz. Sarah Haley Arnold. Elizabeth Ann Ardenson. Kalinda Denise Areola. Jamie Lee Arrington. Teresa Arzate. Aaliyah Francisca Attaway. Ivy Jo Frianda Avance. Deandra Marie Avila. Jordan Lee Baggett. Tiffany Renee Bailey. Cheyenne Lume Bain. Hannah Fionn Baker. Bethany Victoria Balderas. Matthew Adam Balderas. Luther Tristan Barber. Brock Allen Barger. Salvador Isaias Barrera. Kimberly Maria Barrientos. Nicholas Ponciano Barron. Tricia Lynn Barron. Lauren Alexis Barta. Brian Tyler Bass. Cody Aaron Bearden. Austin Reed Bell. Hannah Elizabeth Bennis. Jacob Andrew Berg. Summer Nicole Bewick. Brianna Elizabeth Bishop. Tyler Mackenzie Bittner. Hayden Ryan Black. Alyssa Flores Bonthavong. Cedric Paul Brainerd. Xavier Caesar Brandon. Maria de la Luz Bravo. Kyler Sean Bright. Michael Dominic Brasino. Joseph Marshallon Brooks, Jr. Landry Elizabeth Broom. Courtney Marie Brown. Madeline Corinne Brown. Mason Ross Brown. Stephanie Rose Brown. Rebecca Hope Browning. Eric Hollis Brumbaugh Rodriguez. Zachary Oliver Bryan. Sierra Janae Buckridge. Ariana Lee Bumgarner. Bradley Lynn Bunch. Jeanette Hannah Burney. Michael David Bustetter, Jr. Ashley Nicole Kakamis. Courtney Paige Cahill. Rebecca Jean Kane. Devin Peyton Cajas. Madeline Marie Campbell. James Deshaun Cannon. Christopher Alexander Carrillo. Jonathan David Carter. Cody Brian Carter. Miller Perry Carter. Trayvan McKell Carter. Joel Anthony Cazares. Oscar Jonathan Castaneda. Rebecca Castillo. Christopher Alexander Castorina. Denise Caitlin Castelote Catameo. Bailey Pearl Cates. Jana Lee Chambers. Miranda Denise Chavez. Michael Wayne Clark. Mariah Renee Clements. Nicholas Scott Klein. Haley Brooke Coates. Joshua Mills Coleman. Carson Glass Collins. Daisy Cheyenne Connolly. Julian Andrew Contreras. William Tyler Conway. Amanda Riley Corfield. Taylor Lee Cornelius. Alicia Lynn Cornwell. David Cortez Garcia. Jordan Brianna Cortez. Yvette Sanchez Cortez. Maggie Ann Cox. Wesley Andrew Cox. Caden Lane Crouch. Ethan Chaz Krauser. Colton Reed Crowder. Megan Nicole Croyle. Brianna Nicole Cruz. Daniel Cruz II. John Matthew Cruz. Eduardo Oscar Cuellar. Cameron Elizabeth Cummings. Brooke Mackenzie Cyphers. Dominique William Chase Dalbert. Mireya Diane Daniel. Davin Justice Darnell. Alyssa Grace Davenport Herbst. Katie Denise Davila. Congrats, Carlton. Carlton Bailey Davis. Tayshawn Antoine Davis. Kelsey Suzanne Dawson. William Michael DeForest. Alexis Lee De Hoyos. Harley Elisa De Hoyos. Calvin Isaiah Del Rio. Eva Danielle De La Cerda. Lauren Elise Dennis. Vavik Preful Desai. Nikki Lorraine Diaz. Daniel Gardner Dixon. William Shell Patrick Dotson. Garen Lee Dove. Brian Alexander Duarte. Cheyenne Marcel Duncan. Kyrie Deanne Dunham. Gabriel Kelly Dunn. Mackenzie Lauren Dupree. Jose Hedgen Duran. Hayden Walter Dibdahl. Kobe J. Dykes. Justin Barrett Dyer. Megan Diane Eads. Andrea Nicole Eastman. Eric Echavarria. Darcy Shane Eisenbach. James Edward Elkins. Joshua Taylor Elliott. Karis Beth Elliott. Brianna Lynn Epperson. John David Escobedo. Maria Fernanda Escoto. Dolores Selena Espinosa. Cara Leanne Espinosa. Sergio C. Esquivel. Clarissa Crystal Estrada. Bibiana Catherine Fay. Christina Marie Falcon. Sarah Onelius Falcon. Michaela Hope Farley. Daniel Ray Farmer. Celine Favela. Christopher Jacob Fernandez. Oscar Javier Fernandez. Arturo Villarreal Flores Jr. Christopher Rene Flores. Israel Jonathan Flores. Sofia Danielle Flores. Valerie Marina Flores. Sebastian Christopher Forbes. Kylie Faulkner. Emily Ann Franchuk. Jaden Nicole Free. James Colton Freeman. Kimberly Jean Fuller. Jacob Terrence Folsom. Landry Blake Fulton.
Brianna Nicole Gaynor. Brittany Bianca Galan. Tara Deanne Gale. Noel Torres Gallegos. Sloan Mackenzie Gallimore. Abdul Garcia. Adriana Danielle Garcia. Amber Jasmine Garcia. Angelica Renee Garcia. John Dylan Garcia. Jonathan Elliott Garcia. Jose Manuel Garcia. Julian Ray Garcia. Chrisma Selena Garcia. Lucas Tobias Garcia. Megan Marie Garcia. Nicholas Gregory Garcia. Olivia Bell Garcia. Selena Garcia. Anthony James Garza. Romaine Gauna, Jr. Jeffrey Aaron George. Sean Patrick Gibbons II. Logan Reno Gibbs. Grant Samuel Gideon. Catherine Joy Gilbert. Natalie Camille Glover. William James Gober. Conrad Ethan Gonzalez. Destiny Brianna Gonzalez. Mario Gonzalez. Jose Luis Gonzalez. Matsy Mariana Gonzalez. Brianna Marie Green. Blas Guerrero Jr. Angela M. Gutierrez. Macy Lane Gutierrez. Sabrina Esperanza Gutierrez. Mason Sterling Habe. James Kerr Haig. Tyler Dean Hamby Schuler. Jacob Allen Hanna. Sheldon Chase Harrell. Levi Harold Haynes. Nathaniel Keith Haynes. Hallie Marie Helms. Macy Kayla Henderson. Jade Cardan Henry. Christian Barrett Henson. Adam Santiago Hernandez. Bianca Nicole Hernandez. Jose Enrique Hernandez. Ashley May Herring. Katie Nicole Higgins. Alexandria Latrice Hill. Tiffany Simona Hill. Jessica Ellen Hines. Aaron Lee Haichu. Ryan Matthew Holder. Tristan Kyle Holt. Spencer Wallace Hooper. Donald Russell Howard. Kelsey Nicole Howard. Haley Marie Howell. Hannah Ann Howell. Luke Kane Huckabee. Taylor Dean Hunt. Emily Joyce Hurst. Juan Daniel Ibarra. Kayla Nicole Isbell. Romello Jamal Jackson. Bailey Kristen Jenkins. Amy Joanne Jennings. Courtney Paige Johnson. Tyler Malik Johnson Durant. / JC Danae Jones. Xavier Deshaun Jones. Stephen James Judy. Megan Brooke Keating. Jordan Scott Kendrick. Elizabeth Monique Kent. Kaylee Brianne Kinser. Clayton Pierce Kitchens. Chelsea Lee Kitchen. Caleb Thomas Knopf. Jimmy Hunter Knox Losey. Jordan Ashley Cole. Miles Alexander Craybill. Tyler Sean Laparuta. Kyle Aaron Laura. Michael Anthony Lasley. Casey Michelle Lauer. Braden Thomas Lee. Joseph Hyun Suk Lee. Mariah Jalisa Lee. Devontae Quinton Lester. Jennifer Diana Lewis. Jastaly Celine Logan. Daniel Lopez. Justin Ray Lopez. Matthew Theofilo Lopez. Haley Catherine Love. Vanessa Selena Loza. Raul Lozano. Dalia Marisol Luna. Raymond Hinojos Maldonado Jr. Christopher Charles Malachek. Eric Lee Mangum. Keslin Michael Mann. Kara Ann Martinez. Marco Antonio Martinez. Michaela Rianne Martinez. Ramiro Martinez Jr. Rosa Martinez. Laura Mascaro. Haley Kate Mata. Jacron Theon Mathis II. Demarie Khalil McCarty. Levante Jailil McCarty. Connor Holland McEnroe. Reagan Elaine McGee. Ashley Marie McIntosh. Andronell Felicia McKinney. Emily Ann McLean. Jordan Anaje McNeil. Hunter Nicole McSpadden. Alexandria Hope Medina. Michaela Carmel Meaden. Peter John Mejia Jr. Christopher James Mendez. Aaron Michael Mezzles. Jessica Louise Miller. Gabriela Alicia Minjares. Sierra Nicole Minjares. Brandon Lee Mitchell. Megan Sarah Mazel. Danielle Brooke Malotsky. Riley Diane Catalina Monk. Shelton Brock Monroe. Rodolfo Monsivais. Logan Reed Montalongo. Reese Wayne Montgomery. Devin Jacques Moore. Michaela Marie Moore. Clarissa Morales. Desiree Nicole Morales. Desiree Stephanie Morales Vasquez. Ryan Kent Moran. Mitchell Tyler Morgan. Lauren Elizabeth Moyers. Adriana Laura Munoz. Miranda Renee Munoz. Stephanie Nicole Munns. Joshua Elias Nahar. Victoria Danielle Nakamura. Rocio Asareth Napoles. Alberto Quesada Nava. Alexis Garcia Navarro. Zachary Michael Navarro. Natalie Rose Nels. Blake Austin Nelson. Janae Michelle Nelson. Nathaniel David Newton. Donald Tone Nguyen. Zachary David Nuskern. Christian Sano O'Rourke. Chelsea D. Ogan. Serena Catherine Olage. Harley James Oliver. Brandon Christopher Olvera. Christina Lynn Olvera. Tiffany Ann Ontiveros. Natalia Cruz Ortiz. Sharon Lee Ortiz.
Jared Grant Owens Victoria. Brittany Alexis Pais. Sterling Rebecca Poppy. Morgan Alexis Pascal. Bradley Cole Payne. Tyler James Payne. Jonathan Calvin Piggies. Christopher Angel Pena. Ashley Brooke Perales. Dylan Ross Purdue. Carlos Antonio Perez Jr. Emilio Martinez Perez Jr. Camry Taylor Perez. Leticia Yvonne Perez. Paula Asenet Perez. Caitlin Renee Perner. Donald Mallory Peterson. Ashley Janae Phillips Rogers. Shelley Marie Picasso. Cody Wayne Pierce. Cheyenne Brooke Ponce. Lauren Kate Poss. Elizabeth Lauren Presley. Kylie Bell Price. Joaquin Prieto. Olivia Renee Proa. Jada Lachey Proctor. Carlos Jonathan Puga. Christine Marie Pullen. Selena Olga Quintana. Amanda Encarnacion Ramirez. Jacob Ryan Ramos. Rodolfo Dodi Ramos. Ian Michael Ramsey. Jacob Alexander Rangel. Natalie Vanessa Rangel. Cayman Christopher Ray. David Tyler Reese. Aspen Renee Rendell. Isidro Renteria III. James Lucas Rivera. Michael Logan Rivera. John David Reyes II. Brooke Lynn Reynolds. Shantae Richardson. Andrea Simona Rico. Allie Catherine Reich. Daniela Borrego Rios. Sierra Olivia Rios. Estela Dominguez Rivera. Ricky Bernard Robertson Jr. Amari Elaine Roberts. Matthew Ryan Roberts. Rachel Coretta Robinson. Raimundo Robles. Adrian C. Rodriguez. Angel Guadalupe Rodriguez. Brian Rodriguez. Christopher Justice Rodriguez. Christopher Ray Rodriguez. Isabel Rodriguez. Candice Yesenia Rodriguez. Kristen Marie Rodriguez. Aaron Seth Rojas. Mia Karin Rook. Jessica Ann Rubio. Jacob Kyler Rubush. Bridget Marie Rushing. Lauren Noel Rutherford. Okay. All right. Joyce Saborio. Lacey Marie Sachs. Pravi Kang Seong. Brittany Alexandra Salazar. Brittany Ann Salinas. Daisy Salinas. Alyssa Nicole Sanchez. Eric Nathaniel Sanchez. Ricky D. Sanchez. Stephen M. Sanchez. Tyler Brock Sanchez. Jabriel Ray Santillan. Kristen Lee Sarbach. Matthew Brian Sawyer. Morgan Elise Sawyer. Mickey Ryan Scott. Preston Anthony Scott. Stephen Bradley Cedeno. Asia Danielle Cepeda. Christopher Isaiah Serrano. Benjamin Ford Rojo Settle. Ariel Marie Shearing. Jacqueline Maureen Shotton. Brian Lee Signorelli III. Paige Rianne Smith. Rachel Victoria Snyder. Nolan Andrew Sosa. Nina Elisa Sosa. Sarah Elizabeth Stafford. Justin Andrew Staten. Samantha M. Stevens. Joshua Wayne Stevenson. Mason Lee Stevens Smith. Derek Samuel Stone. Travis Byron Stone. Morgan Nicole Stewart. Nicole Denise Sahusky. Julianne Sweats. Kelly Isabel Tacklett. David Joangel Thomas. Winter Lee Taylor. Peyton Wayne Teich. Haley Ray Thompson. Aaron Michael Torres. Antonio Dante Torres. Brianna Ashton Torres. Jennifer Gabrielle Torres. Juan Arturo Torres. Mercedes Torres. Martha Veronica Tovar. Sierra Sky Trammell. Francisco M. Trejo Jr. Christian Jonathan Trevino. Jared Christian Trinidad. Rabetino Monseis Troncoso. Caitlin Marie Trujillo. Riley Elizabeth Tucker. Sierra Caitlin Turney. Monica Nicole Upshaw. Cassidy Andrea Valadez. Alondra Valdez Alvarez. Julia Ray Valdez. Karina Yamileth Valdez. Okay. Joachim Seth Valencia. Abraham Vasquez. Kristen Emily Vega. Rebecca Aguilar Velasquez. Alexis Diane Villarreal. Chloe Nicole Villarreal. Victor Angel Villarreal. Selena Gonzalez Visueth. Sydney Taylor Wade. Addison Cerise Walker. Catherine Elizabeth Walsh. Emily Marie Walston. Evie Kathleen Ward. Shady Leanne Watkins. Garrett James Wheat. Brianna Michelle Winans. Allison Lynn Wynn. Braylon David Winston. Gabriella Peekaboo Wright. Christine Deanne Wright. Kayla Elizabeth Wise. Jeffrey Shaw. Angelica Maria Ibarra. Christian Ibarra. Tristan Ibarra. Caitlin Colleen Yose. Georgia Patricia Marie Young. Michaela Lee Zapata. Dylan J. Zaruba. Zachary Lynn Zaruba. Manuel Jose Zavala Jr. Caden Avery Paul Ziders.
Give it up one more time for these graduates. Now, if our graduates would please rise. Now, as a symbolic gesture of your commencement, we invite you to move your tassel from the right to the left. Don't throw your caps yet. You are officially Central High School's graduating class of 2014. Not yet. And now, if the audience will please rise, as Donald Peterson, our salutatorian, leads us in the benediction, and please remain standing for the playing of our school song, and as our top 10 graduates lead us in one last Sick 'em Cats. Top 10, come on down.
Shall we please come up and then start? So now we leave to go our separate ways as we close this chapter of our lives and start a new one. We treasure all the friends that we have made. We cherish all the things that we have learned. We thank every single one of our teachers and administrators. We ask that God may take us in his hand and guide us on our journey into life as we seek to find our fondest dreams. We pray that he may hold us tightly in the years ahead and help us not stray away too far from our goals. As stated in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the place I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, plans not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Take this quote as you take life by the horns and transition into young men and women. The path to success has already been paved for us. We must decide whether or not to follow this path from its beginning all the way to its end. And as we can see through Robert Price and his tremendous knowledge, Central is simply our harbor. However, it has come to the point of our time of our lives that we must embark on this journey of adulthood. And we see that, of course, the oceans may be against us, we may be lost, but know that God will provide us a wind and guide us in our journey into life, so that we may rendezvous with destiny. And as the wonderful, energetic teenager himself, Mr. Waters, has stated from time to time, again and again, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
You want to go down with that? Toss those hats! Sikkim Cast, congratulations to the class of 2014. Thank you, everybody.
And it's the lady on the phone.